everyone. Thanks for tuning in to episode 6. That's right, episode 6 of Noiseless Madman podcast. I am, of course, the Noiseless Madman, aka Ryan. And this being episode 6, I have a couple interesting things I wanted to talk about. Before I get into it, I just wanted to quickly say thanks to everybody who continues to listen. Thanks to everybody who has left me comments on Twitter, also on YouTube, which, by the way, I wanted to mention that I have a YouTube channel, which obviously nowadays it seems like everyone and anyone has their own YouTube channel nowadays, as well as podcasts. But on my YouTube channel, you can actually check it out. I believe all you need to do is search for the words Noiseless Madman. Noiseless Madman. The thing with that is, because of the fact that I don't have an exact URL, I don't have a customized URL at the moment, but I have tried to search under my own username, just Noiseless Madman. And so far, it seems to me like I think I might be the only one who is currently going by that username on YouTube. So, hey, that's a good thing. But I do want to encourage you to check out my YouTube channel, mostly because whatever I don't talk about here on my podcast, I do these kind of really quick reviews of movies, of restaurants. I also do a thing I like to call just a really quick rant, where I talk about pretty much anything and everything. And I also have, of course, I've designated separate playlists for various topics, various things that I talk about. Also, I wanted to mention I've started a saying where I'm calling it Cool Conversations, in which I record various conversations that I have between me and my friends, sometimes even friends of friends, but for now, mostly some of my close friends, because of the fact that, I figured, hey, most of the time when we're just hanging out and, we're just kicking back and we just start talking about a bunch of random stuff. And so I got the idea that, hey, we should record this. And we kind of talked about it before in the past, but we never actually followed through. But now I've decided to follow through with that. So on my YouTube channel, there's a playlist. The playlist is titled Cool Conversations. And already on there, I want to say I might have like about 5 or 6 videos just under that playlist, for that one playlist. But I definitely encourage you to check it out. Mostly because one of my friends, I don't know if I want to say his name. Well, I guess because I pretty much already put it out there. This friend of mine named Lucio, he's pretty convinced that he has the ability to travel to parallel universes, or I don't know. Sometimes he uses a word. He says sometimes he'll say parallel universe. Other times he'll say alternate universe or alternate reality, or but I guess to him that's these words are interchangeable, which I guess they are. But so yeah, definitely check that out because he has some interesting things to say about it. Those videos are up on there. I've also been extracting the audio from these videos, posting them up on various places. Also on Facebook, there's a Facebook page. If you want to check that out, just look up facebook.com/coolcons, COOLCONS. So there you go. Definitely check that out. I'm going to be playing a snippet. That word sounds funny to me. I don't know why. I'm going to be playing a clip here in a moment of one of our cool conversations. So definitely check that out. And also, too, I wanted to say, just a reminder, if you like this podcast, which I hope you do, which obviously I think some people do. If you like this podcast and you want to support it somehow, definitely tell your friends about it. Share the episodes with your friends. Let them know. But also, too, you can check out some of my original albums because I am a musician, and I have been recording my own songs, my own spoken word, poetry, stuff like that. So you can preview and purchase my albums at noiselessmadman.bandcamp.com. Again, it's all one word, noiselessmadman.bandcamp.com. And like I said, I have 3 albums up on there right now, and they're priced pretty cheap. I like to think my first album is just self-titled, Noiseless Madman. That's available for $2. Second one is an EP. Excuse me. It's a 4-track EP. It's only $1, I believe, $1. Third album is a 10-track album titled We Are One, and that is available for $1. So, I mean, hey, you can't go wrong there. $1 for 10 tracks. And, of course, I do encourage you to share that as well. So, once again, noiselessmadman.bandcamp.com. So, one movie I just wanted to talk about somewhat briefly here. I recently saw a movie starring Reese Witherspoon. It's titled Wild. And I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised by this movie, in particular, Reese Witherspoon's performance. I've never seen her, most of the movies I've seen her in were all, obviously, just based off what she did in the Legally Blonde movies. I didn't like those movies at all. Now, obviously, I know a lot of people did, but I wasn't one of those people that liked them. So that's why I was pretty surprised. I would definitely go so far as to say that in this movie alone, Reese Witherspoon gives her best performance ever. Definitely, hands down, her best performance to date. So I definitely think she does deserve a certain amount of recognition for this movie. So Wild is about, it's based on the best-selling book by Cheryl Strayed, and I'm just going to read the summary here for you. So it says, after years of reckless behavior and being haunted by memories of her mother, Cheryl, played by Reese Witherspoon, makes a rash decision to embark on a challenging trek across the Pacific Crest Trail. With absolutely no experience, she sets out to hike more than 1,000 miles all on her own, in what becomes a remarkable journey of self-discovery and redemption that strengthens and ultimately heals her. And there you go. That pretty much sums it up nicely there. Reese Witherspoon's character, Cheryl Strayed, she kind of goes down a downward spiral after her mother dies from cancer, and she starts experimenting with drugs and cheating on her husband. Her marriage falls apart, and then she wants to kick this drug habit that she's developed, and somehow she gets the idea that the only way she can go about doing it, or I guess rather the quickest and most extreme way to go about doing it, is go on this trek, this hike across the Pacific Crest Trail, which is supposed to be something like 1,000 miles. It stretches for 1,000 miles. And this one particular part of the country, which I guess obviously would be the Pacific Northwest. Yeah. I'm not too familiar with the geography of that, but yeah. And again, some of the most interesting scenes involve, of course, when Reese Witherspoon, she's just by herself in these really big, wide open landscapes surrounded by nothing but wilderness, and these are the scenes in which she really shines the most. Also in the other scenes too, in which she's interacting with different people, but especially in these scenes, just when she's by herself. And I was really surprised, and I was really, again, I liked seeing Reese Witherspoon really spread her acting chops, really show what she could do, as far as, expressing a range of emotions. And I liked it. I definitely liked it. And I definitely recommend this movie. On a scale of 1 tamale to 10 tamales, I do give Wild 8.5. A definite 8.5 out of 10. Rent it, buy it, stream it, whatever you can do. So, there you go, Wild, starring Reese Witherspoon. One other thing I wanted to talk about here just a little bit has to do with some entertainment news. If you haven't heard, Elizabeth Banks, the actress Elizabeth Banks, she's recently been cast as Rita Repulsa in the upcoming reboot, the upcoming movie reboot of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So that's right, they are making a reboot of this movie, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Of course, they have, as far as I know, what I read about, entirely different actors playing the Power Rangers themselves. But Elizabeth Banks, she has, I guess, already signed on to be Rita Repulsa, which is the villain. If you're not familiar with that series, with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, hey, it's definitely worth a Google, I say. Me personally, I grew up watching this show, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And even though, eventually, I grew out of it, but, it's still, I still like watching a couple episodes every now and then. I don't really care too much for the current Power Rangers. I mean, I don't know. It just seems too campy, too cheesy, and granted, I know that's what's supposed to be. It's supposed to be cheesy because it's a kids show and all that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm glad that this movie's getting made, and I personally believe Elizabeth Banks will do a good job of playing Rita Repulsa. I mean, just based on the different comedic roles I've seen her in, most notably, at least for me, when she was in The 40-Year-Old Virgin, she did a good job in that movie. So yeah, I don't mind that. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think she'll do a pretty good job of it. So okay. So now that I've said what I wanted to say here, I'm going to go ahead and play a clip here of one of the cool conversations. One of the conversations that I've recorded between me and my friends. This one, I've just titled it Parallel Universes and Karma. And so it's me talking and my friend Lucio, also my other good friend Luis. And we're just kind of talking about different things pertaining to parallel universes and also karma. So I'm going to play the clip here. And after a while, I'll stop it. And then, obviously then I'll move on to something else, or maybe just end this episode. So I don't know. Okay, so here we go.
Crashing to the Pentagon?
Yeah.
Okay, they never crashed into the Pentagon, they crashed into the White House.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, told me that.
Okay, so that was something different from my history. Very different. So some things are similar, some things are different.
Yeah.
They different. That happen in different. I guess different age.
Yeah, different